Welcome to the homestead. I'm so glad you joined us. Once again, we are here at the property and we're going to attempt to put up the walls of the cottage shed today. Now, we've already put up a garage shed in the past. We've been clearing land and we have been working very hard to take this undeveloped piece of property and develop it as we go along through the weeks and months. It's been slow going at times, really slow going. We've fought the weather and we have fought just all kinds of things like critters. The rodents, the ants, you name it, we've fought it. And so here we are once again. It's a beautiful day, a little breezy. It's just over 52 degrees and it was 54 when I woke up. It's just kind of dropping, but I'm sure it will clear up soon. It's supposed to be 67. Tomorrow's supposed to be a whopping 80 degrees, which will be quite delightful. Anyhow, today we're going to get busy on that, on the walls of that shed. We have already placed the floor down after days of trying to level, and we are so excited about this build. And so we're going to take you along with us, and hopefully we won't have any mishaps. Anyway, Lee's already getting everything put together. We've started the fire and it's time to get busy.
Well, good morning. So we're going to work on the walls today. Right now I'm working on one of the 12-foot walls. You'll notice that some of the studs that I laid out are kind of far apart. Well, that's because these are 24 inches on center versus the 16 on center in a traditional house build. We call this a cottage. To us it'll be a cottage. And so we'll just build the walls. I got to mark them first according to the directions. I find that if you follow the directions specifically, things go much easier. As I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I always like to preset my nails. That way when you're nailing horizontally, you don't have as far to go before the nail actually sets into the stud, and then things don't move as far or as much. So anytime you're working with lumber, one of the issues you'll run across is warpage. So yeah, they strap all these boards together when they're still green and wet, and then they sit in a pallet, and then they get manipulated and cut to size and that kind of stuff. Over time they'll start shrinking and warping a little bit because of the grain. So one of the things I use when the stud twists is I use a big clamp. And so I clamp the 2x4 and then I twist it, manipulate it where I want, so that it's perpendicular to the ground, right? So that it's a nice straight up and down instead of leaning like the warp wants it to go. It will straighten itself out over time. Okay, so the wall framing is done. Now they're asking us to put the wall sheeting on, probably so that it maintains squareness on the wall. So I've asked Brenda to help me. We're going to go get the wall sheeting and pile it up over here so that we can get started on putting that on the walls. Okay, we got the walls, the two of the walls framed. Its instructions are saying to put the siding on now. We had to stop and go look at all the pieces because one side of the building has windows on it and the other side does not, and we couldn't remember which side had the doors and that kind of thing. So took a little break to go do that. Now we're back. So I will put the center panel on, starting with 2 nails on the top beam centered on the 2x4s, and then I will adjust the bottom so that it's perfectly straight, and that should square up the wall. Okay, we took a lunch break. Now we're going to start on the back wall. So this wall right here, same as before. Lay out the pieces according to the directions. Mark them, put the studs in place, nail it. So here we go. you're needing to drive a nail in a specific area, there's a knot in the wood. And even a 10D nail, 3-inch nail, won't go through the knot. So what you can do is get an 1/8" drill bit, drill through the knot on the top board, and then drive it home in the bottom board. So that's where I'm headed now to go get my drill. Okay, welcome back. Or I guess I'm back. So the two, I'm not sure where I left off, but oh, that's right. I was telling you that if you have to drive a nail in a specific spot on a 2x4 or any piece of wood, and there's a knot in the way, then just get an 1/8" drill bit and drill through that top knot, and then you can drive the nail through it where you need to. I already did that. I straightened a couple of boards out in the process, and I started putting the siding on the end wall. You'll notice it overhangs. That's because that's where the 3.5-inch overhang is what wraps around the side. And I realize I'm too tall for the camera. Like we did before, I'll stand it up and listen to your... Huh? It shouldn't be too bad.
It's tricky.
I know.
So we need to do it.
I know. Okay.
I just can't afford for my feet.
Let me look in.
So far, you know when we look. Okay, this one.
We need to come out?
That one needs to go this way. That one's coming. Whoop, too far, too far.
How's that?
Better. All right, it's coming in. All right, it's coming. Okay, this one's too far. Too far away. Wait. No, it's not. It's not too far. It is, but it's not. Okay. Now I go up there and take over while you...
Yeah.
Or we shim it that way first?
Yeah, we gotta shimmy it, so... Okay. We're there. Alright, then you come up and just hold it. Got it? It says dead on. Okay, well, we have 3 of the 4 walls up. One of the difficulties that we've run into, just noticed that all of these studs, everything's pre-cut, and they're all supposed to be the same. And we've now found on this one wall over there, there's about 3/8 of an inch variance between the studs. So it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect unless we go and cut our own studs and level them ourselves. But the floor is level, the walls are level. If we drop a soup can on the floor, it's not going to roll to the other side. So all's well.
Okay, that's it for today. We're gonna finish the build tomorrow. Watch that video as well. Today, while Lee's been busy putting up the walls, I've been back here clearing the rest of those trees, cutting them down, putting them on fire, and also I was burning some grass. So you might have noticed some of the smoke going over towards Lee. And it's looking really good over here. This is where our next build's gonna go. So as soon as we get the grass down, we can start leveling the ground over here with the bricks and get one going over here as well. But anyway, Lee's got a few more nails to hammer, and that's it for us. God bless. We'll see you next time.